right, that was 5 days of incredible fun. We're just heading to Sacramento. We're flying out. We got one of the Ducati boxes with us. I've got 3 more in the trailer and 4 more at the dealership. We bought the Desert X. Pre-me getting sick, we ordered 3 more Desert X so we could start the tourist company this summer. Being off work for 2 months, I had to pull the plug on ordering them. Sadly, but also the secondary thing is I ordered 3 more Desert X's and then bought 3 rally kits when I was in the States because the dealership was giving me a pretty good price on them. And then they released the Ducati Rally shortly after that, so I changed the orders from plain Desert X's to Desert X Rallies, which have a whole bunch more kits on them, better suspension. And then I got sick, and so then I had both and had to cancel one. So yeah, I've got all these boxes of stuff I've purchased and paid for and sitting at San Jose. I was supposed to get out months ago. Yeah, so unfortunately that's the way she goes sometimes. So we just had 5 days of track. My body is in shock. Every time I turn the wrong way, it's kinking. That last day at Sonoma, I pushed it all I could, but near the end of the day, I could barely hang on. Had a couple close calls on that track. You know, they should really divide those groups up a little bit better with the people like saying their actual skill level when they go into a group, not just going into another group because the other groups are sold out. Had someone almost push me off the track and we went elbow to elbow. My bar touched their pants. I thought it was bar to bar. Good thing it wasn't bar to bar. But we both managed to stay up. I held both of us up. And then someone ran into the back of me. Somehow I was on the left side of the track and then was on the right side of the track. I don't know what happened. I felt like something on my rear tire skipped me and changed my direction. Whatever it was, the only time I didn't have a 360 camera on, which kind of sucks because it would have been probably one of the most epic videos ever, watching him catwalk in the back of me. And he landed on the back of me and I didn't feel anything. I just felt like this slight little graze, and he says he basically full on landed on me. I think it was just I was in shock, and then I looked back and he was tumbling, and I'm like, do I stop? And then, and then we talked after. He's a really nice guy, you know. He's like, I haven't crashed in 4 years, and I got raced this weekend and a 2-week-old baby, and I go, well, don't take it the wrong way, but maybe you should be spending the time with the baby. It's a sign to spend the time with the baby. You know, it sucks, but it is what it is. J.K. Kane Auctioneers. So maybe that's something I need to be looking into too. I'm going to put a bunch of the equipment up for sale. I want to shrink the company. I don't want the stress of all this gear anymore. It's just too much. It just takes away too much time from enjoying life with my children. And when they get old and go off to school, I can change that process back to what it was. But money isn't everything. Snuggles with my baby definitely are everything. And they're missing too much of me, so I'm going to have to change it up a bit. So, 2 days at Chuckwalla. I wasn't really into it just because I'd spent so many times there, so many days there. You know, the general manager can be a little hard to deal with, but he wasn't there the last 2 days. But it just, I don't know, it just kind of ruins the energy a bit, you know what I mean? Those last 2 days, I definitely got way faster on the track, learned some more skills, and then I hyped up my bike a little bit, changed the gearing on it, and I thought it was amazing out of the go. And now I realize that I maybe should have gone 2 teeth because now I'm wanting even more power. It's funny, every time I do something to the bike to get a bit more power, it's shocking right out of the gate, and then I get used to it, and then I'm like, okay, I need way more power. You know, part of me wishes that I got the V4, but I'm really glad I didn't get the V4, because I always just want to be, like, when I'm riding, I just put the bike, how I ride is I put the bike or the throttle to the bar, and I just accommodate everything around the throttle being at the bar, like being full throttle. And I basically, from that position, I go gear shift, gear shift, gear shift, and it's never really going down too low. So the thing is I think I'll just keep the V2. I'll keep souping it up. Maybe one day I'll buy a V4 as a secondary bike. But as far as riding the track, I don't think V4. Like, I see a lot of those guys on the V4s and they can't really move it around, and whereas my V2, I can flick it. It's very agile and go very, very agile. I've gotten out of some pretty gnarly situations because I was on the V2. 2 days at Laguna. Well, it's just history making as usual. It's just something about that track. It's got such incredible nostalgia. Like, when you're walking through the pits, you can feel the history there. Like, it's held Moto GP, it's held Formula 1 races. Like, yeah. Now I understand they lost a lot of those because the runoffs aren't up to the new specs, which is kind of sad, but it sucks. The most amazing thing I've learned was definitely at Sonoma. I learned a lot about my suspension. Absolutely ripped and shredded the tire, like insane. I've never seen my tire get so cold torn in my life. We tried changing the suspension pressures, everything, and yeah, just couldn't fix it. Well, that brand new SC1 just got absolutely annihilated. So it is what it is. Gotta get another rear on there before the next ride. The front's still really good. I got a spare front. I'm so tired. So I'm hoping they don't annihilate me with a whole bunch of extra costs, because I'm bringing an extra box that's oversized but underweight. I'm hoping they just charge me for the one and then give me the one. That would be nice, because they're $100 per thing. So I might turn around and go put something back in the vehicle and worry about it next time. But hopefully I can get some of the weight back there, which is what I'm trying to accomplish here. Just getting some weight out of the vehicle, because every time I'm down there I buy a bunch more stuff. I bring a bunch of clothing, so I'm going to try to, well, I guess worst case I got to spend 200 American, so $260 and just unload. So if they're going to charge me, I might as well just load it up. So yeah, Sonoma, top notch. Laguna Seca, top notch. Chuckwalla, top notch. Each have their issues. I was not expecting Laguna Seca to not even eat my tire one little bit. I guess how the pavement is very tacky and abrasive. I wasn't getting any slippage. Normally I would probably run an SC1 in the front and an SC2 in the rear, but I did an SC2 in the front and SC1 in the rear on advice from Motorsport Exotica, and it was insane how well it worked, because I wasn't getting any slippage out of my rear and I wasn't spinning off the rear wheel. So that's pretty good. It's pretty epic. Oh, now it's telling me we're out of fuel. So I'm gonna get some fuel in this thing. Talk to you in a bit.